Attention Ethereum holders. Whether you like Ethereum, you're thinking about buying more Ethereum, you want to trade Ethereum, this chart that I'm about to show you could unlock the next major move for Ethereum and could make you a lot of money. So pay close attention. If you're new here, my name is Steve. Started in the stock market a little over 20 years ago. And I thought I was going to be rich and successful from the stock market. And I got destroyed. I lost a lot of money. It was very stressful, very painful. And over the next 20 years, I figured out how to dominate this game. And I'm here with you to make sure you don't have to go through all the painful mistakes that I did. We've been covering crypto right here on this channel since 2017. Hit that subscribe button, join the movement. We're going to jump straight into this chart. And at first, you're probably thinking, oh my goodness, this looks like a disaster. There's so many things on this chart. This is going to be confusing. I'm not going to understand it. What I will guarantee is you will understand it. Now, remember when you were in school and you were a young kid and the teacher came to put this little sheet of paper in front of you and you had to connect the dots. And you're like, ooh, I got this. I can connect the dots. I'm going to knock this out of the park. Well, if you can connect the dots from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6, you're going to understand this completely. It's going to make perfect sense. All right. So let's jump into dot number 1. We're going to compare this dot number 1 to this dot number 1. And it's going to tell us these next major moves for Ethereum, because Ethereum has been following this particular pattern for roughly 539 days, pound for pound, move for move. And this chart could tell us the next major move. And you may not like what I'm about to share with you. But we'll start with dot number 1, right? Dot number 1 is at this pinnacle of this high move, right? We saw this enormous move to the upside, and we marked it with number 1, okay? You can see here, this enormous move, the most enormous move here marked with number 1. What happened after number 1 is we had more than a 60% correction, just a plummet in prices of more than 60% down to here. Well, what happened in 2021? An enormous 60% correction down to here. That leads us into dot number 2. After this major 60% correction, what we did is we actually rallied almost up to the high of that pinnacle price, but a little bit below. Well, what did we do back here in 2017? We rallied after that 60% crash, rallied all the way up, almost as high as this one, but a little bit below. The same move, pound for pound. Now, you may ask, well, what happened after move 2? Well, after move 2, we crashed down to this green line and then rallied all the way up to new highs. Well, after this, we crashed down. After move 2, crashed all the way down to this green line and then rallied up to new highs. Okay, now this high wasn't as high as this one, but it's completely irrelevant. It was a new high. Facts are the facts. After point number 3, we actually crashed below this green line and then rallied all the way up only to get resistance from this green line. That's dot number 4. Are you with me so far? Have we connected the dots? Do we remember what it was like in school, just dominating this game of connecting the dots? Now, point number 4, right? Here we are in 2022 now. Point number 3, crash below this green line, rallied all the way up only to get rejected. Move for move, pound for pound, so far with our 4 dots, we're crushing it. Fascinating, right? Now here's where it gets real interesting. Dot number 5 was our first and ever crash below this red line. We had never touched this red line before, and for the first time, we crashed below this red line, and we formed this little fractal pattern right below this red line, okay? Fast forward to 2022, we did the same thing. Crashed below this red line for the first time, forming this nice little fractal. Now, you may be saying, holy crap, for more than 500 days, we've been following move for move, pound for pound. Why does all the herd say this time it's different? Steve, we cannot compare past performance. This time it's different. This time there's interest rates, there's the Fed, there's the Russia war, there's the COVID crash, there's this, there's that. The facts are the facts. Everything's in the charts. For more than 500 days, we've been doing this COVID or not, Russia or not, Fed interest rates hike or not. Facts are the facts. What you'll learn in trading is that the news is garbage. Throw it directly in the garbage. Everything's already priced into the chart. The chart has all the facts. Men lie, women lie, the charts don't lie. So here we are at point number 5 with our nice little fractal pattern. First ever move below the red line. There's fear in the charts, right? And then what we did is we had our capitulation. We had our capitulation all the way down here, which is what happened here. Point number 5, we had our capitulation all the way down here. The next move is where it gets interesting. What happened after point number 6 is we rallied all the way up to the green line for the first time since point number 4. We have not rallied in a long time up to the green line, and that's precisely what we did after point number 6, only to get rejected from the green line. And it was rejected rather heavily. Here we are today. We rallied all the way back up to this green line, and the next major move is right in front of us, right? What I believe is going to happen and what it's looking like is we might have some rejection from this green line, right? I do not believe we're going to rally all the way up through this green line and through the red line, just suddenly go back to the moon. It doesn't work like that. These markets need to work themselves out. Remember, we just crashed from these prices up here of almost $5,000 all the way down here to less than $1,000. The market needs to recover. We need to form our nice little base. And by the way, one sign for Ethereum when the market's really going to move is when we get above this green line. Look at when we get above this green line and start holding it as support. That's when we're really going to start to see some movement. But you can see even back here, we had to form this base. From this top here to this bottom here, we needed to bounce into here. Otherwise, we couldn't have the next bull run. This is our foundational piece. Without our foundation, the wind's going to blow and Ethereum will just blow over. But because we formed this strong base, the wind blew and we didn't go anywhere except to the moon. Okay, we've got to see Ethereum bounce in this channel for some time and then have enough base to go on to the next bull run, which will look something similar to here. But we're going to continue to follow this chart. Make sure you subscribe right now so we can keep you up to date with this Ethereum chart. We will keep you up to date. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you right back here in the next video. There's only one question left: when to sell your cryptocurrency. Click right here, right now to find the 3 simple steps.